Hi, welcome to my channel. This is Living to Learn. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video today. Have you ever thought about what it means to feel overwhelmed? What does the word overwhelm sound like? How does it land on your ears? What type of emotion does it conjure up? Does it stir you in a certain way? And I'm curious if you knew that in the dictionary, the word overwhelm as a verb means bury or drown beneath a huge mass. Gosh, doesn't that sound exactly like what overwhelm, the feeling of being overwhelmed is, what it feels like, what it constitutes, just being buried under something. Consider the fact that in this world we live in today, in our society, a lot of us, maybe I'll venture out to say most of us, maybe all of us, in some way or another, are feeling overwhelmed. We are feeling like we are buried beneath a great mass, a heaviness over ourselves, on our minds, on our hearts, on our bodies physically. This is definitely something that I think relates to all of us, most of us, at least at a certain point in time. And if you're one of those people who's in a fortunate position right now to not be overwhelmed, to say, you know what, I'm not overwhelmed. I'm actually at peace. I'm actually okay. That's great. And would you do me a favor and would you put out some prayers and positive thoughts and vibes, or however you want to call it, for the rest of us? But what does it mean? What is the common experience of feeling overwhelmed in today's fast-paced world? Well, I just finished the series last week, and actually had it extended over a couple of weeks, about the unexpected. And it's kind of a segue into what it is to be overwhelmed. We live in a fast-paced world. We are constantly bombarded with information. We're constantly bombarded with events, things that are happening, both around us and to us. So this is a common experience that we share in our society today. And it's important, I think, again, this is my opinion, to address what it is to be overwhelmed, to address the fact that we are overwhelmed, and what it does to our well-being. Do I think that there's a way that we could avoid ever feeling or experiencing what it is to be overwhelmed, to be buried beneath a weight, a heaviness? I doubt it. And so part of what I do in this channel, part of why I call my channel Living to Learn, is because as I continue to learn, it allows me to engage in this human experience much more. And as I continue to live, I am confronted with things that I have to learn. And for me, this kind of helps me navigate. Imagine a place called overwhelm, a place called being overwhelmed. And imagine it's this cave and it's dark and there's water and you can't stand up and there's not enough space to take a raft or a boat. You've got to swim. Well, what do we do? Here we are, right? And so part of what I want to do is I want to teach us how to swim through this cave. I want to teach us, like, hey, listen, we're in here, we're in the water, we're in that cave. We might as well learn how to dive deep and swim through it. The problem that we have, I say we because it affects me as well, we can't see the end of it. But here are some practical strategies, and I'm not going to give you too much today because I want to keep these videos short. I want you to be able to watch them over and over again. I don't want you to worry about having to commit to too much time. Again, we live in a fast-paced world. We don't have the time, even 10 minutes. So I'm going to keep it short. Here's one thing we need to do. We need to define and we need to understand what it is to be overwhelmed. We need to be able to identify an overwhelming feeling, what we are going through, what we are experiencing, And we need to understand how it's going to manifest itself in our daily lives. Why do we need to know that? Because just like anything else, you and I have tools. Some of these tools we don't use a lot. They're not very sharp. We can sharpen them, but you and I have tools. We have an ability to deal with these things. Now, again, I don't talk about faith. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about a lot of things on this channel. It's not because I have a problem with those things. It's because I don't want anyone to feel like they're not invited, like they're not welcomed in this platform. But I will say this. One of the things that does allow me to continue to believe and assert a faith or belief in a higher power is the complexity and the absolute brilliance of the human being. What we are capable of, whether we are aware or unaware, or we just haven't had to learn yet. So let me leave you with this. First, we must define and we must understand what it means to be overwhelmed. I gave you the dictionary definition, and I'll leave you with this. To bury or drown beneath a huge mass. So we understand that. What does it mean to how do we gauge this? How do we deal with this? Well, we put it where it belongs so that we can dissect it, so we can observe it. And from there, we can take action. So that's all I have to say today, and I hope that you've enjoyed this short talk, what I'm sharing from the heart, from the mind. If you find it in yourself to donate to my channel financially, it's really appreciative. I really am grateful for those of you that have donated before. You simply go into the description of any of my videos, including this one, and you can find 3 opportunities to give, to donate. You will also find my Instagram and TikTok handles at Live to Learn Coaching. It's the same thing. There you can follow me for more content, but you can also reach out to me directly. You can communicate with me if you have a question, if you want me to cover something, if you want my opinion. If you want to find out what services I might be able to offer, how I might be able to help you as a coach, I'd love to hear from you. But at the very minimum, if you would, subscribe to this channel, like, share, leave me a comment. I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.